This is going to be absolute jokes getting all this back in because I had like multiple meltdowns yesterday trying to pack this bag. But anyway. Hello, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel, Megan Chown Vlogs. Today I'm doing a packing video. So it's actually before 7 AM at the moment. I'm filming this before work because I ran out of time yesterday and then I had running club. So this is where we're at. So we're going to Amsterdam. I'm getting the ferry after work tomorrow. For context, this is like at the beginning of May because this will come out, like the video will come out later in the year, but it's at the beginning of May and I don't work bank holidays. So I'm getting the ferry after work today. It's a Thursday today. Arrive in Amsterdam tomorrow morning and then I'm in Amsterdam for 5 nights with my sister who's been traveling Europe and I don't think I've seen her since January. So that's gonna be really nice to see her. And then I'm getting the ferry back and then just going straight to work from there because I work in Hull and the ferry's Hull to Rotterdam. And then you get the bus to Amsterdam. So that's like the summary. For some reason, even though I literally have no weight limit, no size limit, I've decided to take like a 30-litre backpack, 34-litre backpack. So this is Perry. It's this guy, to be fair, it looks massive on the screen now, but it's the PakSafe Go carry-on backpack that was very kindly gifted to me by PakSafe. Woo! The lighting is awful because the window's there and the sun's rising. So I've done a whole short that I will like link below on my review of this bag. I'm planning a trip like later in the year, a shorter trip than this admittedly, that I want to go personal item only with Ryanair. This is a little bit big for personal item, but I think I can like squish it if it's not as full as it is now. So I'm going to talk you through my stuff that I've got in here. I've also got my fanny pack, because this goes everywhere with me when I travel, and then a random pack-a-mac that I picked up from Vintage yesterday that won't quite fit anywhere, so I might have to rejiggle things. So this is the bag. This is Perry attached to the side of the bag because obviously he needs to come as well. So I'll just go through everything. Like, it's in the bag at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. This bag's really good because like it's a backpack and then it opens up like a suitcase. So what I normally do with these videos is I start with the clothes. So I have, this is the Action packing cube that I took to Australia. So it's clean, dirty, it's compression.
I absolutely can't compress this because it's super full and you can't compress them when they're super full, which kind of defeats the object, but anyway.
So this is like tops and bottoms in here, and then I've got underwear in here. So annoyingly, I'm actually doing my period when I'm away. So I have a period once every 3 months at the moment because I'm back to back on my pills. My GP said it's fine. But like the last 2 days, I'll be on my period. So I have 3 pairs of period pants, 6 pairs of normal pants, and then I've got 3 pairs of merino socks in here. So the like sweat wicking, non-smelly ones. So that's all I've got in there. I might actually put my bras in here as well. Tops wise, so I don't know if anyone has seen my unpack with me after my Scandinavia trip. However, that was probably the worst I've ever packed for a trip. So basically I just spent 3 weeks absolutely freezing to death. We went in September. I forgot the cold weather existed because I've been to warm places all summer. I will insert a clip here of Rhiannon's reaction. Rhiannon saw my packing and was like,
"Pal, we're going to Finland. Why have you packed shorts and t-shirt?"
So I've been looking at the weather forecast for this trip and it is like mid-teens, the temperatures. It's going to be raining a bit, which is why I've got my waterproof and I've also got a waterproof backpack cover. But tops wise, I have this guy that is like a thermally warm Sweaty Betty type top. So that's like my warm layer, and then I've also got a long sleeve top that I'm going to be wearing today, but I'm too hot in my house because for some reason I put the heating on for when I woke up this morning, which was unnecessary. And then I've got my fleece that is currently inside out for me taking it off because again I was too hot. So I've got my fleece that I took with me to Australia that's really lightweight, but I thought it'd be good to have a warm layer in case it's cold on an evening when we're out. And then outer layer wise, I've got a Kathmandu puffy jacket that's like a fold-away one. It was 20 quid off Vinted, which I'm very excited about, but that's in my coat cupboard. So yeah, long sleeve top. And then I've got this guy, which I think has come on like so many trips with me, but it's my Rohan merino t-shirt, so sweat wicking again. I then got another t-shirt, so I've got a Sweaty Betty green, I think these are called the Athlete Seamless ones. And then I've also got a club running vest, so I'm going to be doing park run in Amsterdam on Saturday, so I've got my club vest for that. I've also got a stripy, I think it's called Ribbed Racer Sweaty Betty top, which is just like the stripy version of this black one. And then I've got like a nicer top that's also a bit airy if we do have warmer days. This is actually from, I think it's a shop called Jojo, and it was in Noosa in Australia. And then bras wise, I have two Sweaty Betty sports bras. So I've got just a light blue one and a dark blue one, and then obviously I'm wearing a bra today for traveling. And then I've got my pajamas. So these were new ones from M&S for my Australia trip, and they're just like really comfy and they're real jazzy, so we love that. And then bottoms wise, I'm wearing jeans today, but I've got a pair of Sweaty Betty power leggings that are like camo print. I recently got these off Vinted. I've then got a pair of Sweaty Betty power shorts. These are for parkrun on Saturday. And then I have some new linen trousers. These are from M&S. So to replace my hostel trousers, so I took some like linen-y, flowery hostel trousers with me to Australia. Every time they went in the wash they shrunk, so I was flying at half mast. So I've got these ones that are blue and have pockets in, not zip pockets unfortunately, but they're really lightweight, so I thought that it's good for like over your pyjamas in the hostel, but I thought also if it's like a warmer day, because I don't have any shorts apart from the ones I'm going to be running in, so I'm not going to re-wear those, then I could wear them, is the plan. So that's all I'm taking for clothes. I have in here a beanie, a buff and some lightweight gloves. I'm just scarred from that Scandinavia trip when I was like cold for 3 weeks. My mouth is so dry because I've not properly drank my coffee yet today. Shoes wise, I'm going to be taking the Brooks Adrenaline 23, the black ones that I got in Sydney. And then I've also got my Havanas, which are just like standard flip-flop that I just think are quite necessary for a hostel. Like if the shower's really skanky, you can go in them, and it's just like nice not to have to wear trainers in the evening if you've been wearing them all day. I've then got what we're going to do next. I've got a towel. So this is a really good towel. So it's microfiber, folds flat, as you can see. It's a good size. Like I've got the large, I think, maybe even the medium. How does it say here? Large. And it's from Decathlon, and it's like ribbed, so that even though it's microfiber and dries itself quickly, it also dries you quickly. This towel is actually a replacement towel because I got this towel for going to Australia, and then someone pinched it at surf camp and they couldn't replace me one. They were like, oh, we don't have a towel to give you. I was like, on a whole surf camp you don't have a towel to give me. So that wasn't great, but I've managed to get a replacement. So yeah, this is the replacement. And then I've got a Dock and Bay. It's just a hair towel because my hair's relatively curly. I went to sleep with it wet last night after a running club, and if I don't dry it with a microfiber towel then it goes prizzy. I then got my coffee pouch. So this has got, it's like a smell proof pouch. I've had to sacrifice my tea bags because there was just no space for tea bags unfortunately. But this has got a collapsible pour over. I've then got bags of coffee, although they're not that full, but obviously they sell coffee here in the Netherlands. And then a collapsible mug, which is really useful. I stayed at a hostel in Rome, Yellow Square Hostel, which is really good because I've stayed at the one in Florence as well. They didn't have mugs.
How is a Brit meant to have a cup of tea without a mug? So
I bought a collapsible mug from the company Sea to Summit, which is like a really nice brand. I've then got my like random, we love a random packing cube, we always have a random packing cube. So in here I actually have some aspirin for Rhiannon because she's run out and she's away. This is a little air pump thing which we'll come into afterwards. I've got a head torch because I just find it's always useful to have a head torch, like if you're needing to like leave a hostel early or like everyone's asleep and you need to be able to see things and use your hands so you can't use your phone light, and it's a tiny one. This little pouch just has tampons in because aforementioned period. I've got a little stash of food bags because we're staying in a hostel, it's useful to have food bags, and I couldn't bring my like normal sized one because there just wasn't enough space. I've got a little thing of padlocks, so I've got like a chunkier padlock that I use for lockers, and then I've got cable ones that I use for putting around bags, and then in this little pouch I've got a tile because then I can track my backpack. And then I've got a couple of vomit bags because you never know, I'm going on the sea. So, and I've got like one in my fanny pack as well that's like easy access. A pair of gloves, so I got these from Rohan the other day. They are like apparently the highest lightweight to like warmness gloves, so I have those. This is taking up lots of space, this first aid kit, and I'm wondering if to just take like the medicines out of it and like leave the creams here, which is risky, but because I am rashy from it being spring and being allergic to grass again. But this is my first aid kit and it's pretty big. I am actually, I've got plasters though as well, haven't I? I am really tempted actually to just like take the like tablets out, ones that I'm most likely going to be using. So Sudafed, that was from the plane flying back, so I'm not going on a plane, so hopefully that'll be okay. Definitely taking travel sickness because I'm on a boat and after the Whitsundays broke me. Paracetamol, I can take that. Definitely cetirizine because it's hay fever season. Cyclizine doesn't really work for me. Phenylephrine, oh that's like cold and flu. Loperamide, yeah, I always need to take loperamide. I think I might just risk it and just take these and then like a couple of, I don't know where my rehydration, because I've got like a tube of them. I don't know where my little sachets have gone from Australia. I think I'll take this because it's always good to have rehydration stuff. But I think I might just take these and a couple of plasters. First aid kit wise, this is the smallest first aid kit I've ever taken. We shall see how it goes. I mean, it is only a week, so hopefully I'll be alright. In here, it says first aid kit, but it's not, it's just a spare dry bag I have. I have a portable charger. You always need a portable charger when you're travelling. And a disposable camera that my students got me for going to Australia. But I've got like 6 pictures left on it. Oh, this is the beanie. So this, I got this in, oh wow, that's wonky. I got this in Norway, I think. And it's got all the Scandinavian flags on. Just in case I honestly was so scarred by how cold I was for those 3 weeks. But then I have a backpack cover for, light and waterproof backpack cover for my backpack because it's gonna rain. So this orange bag is a dry bag. This is like all my electronics I'm taking, which I'm impressed by. So I've got my MacBook like adapter thing, but you take off they call it a duck head, and then I can just put on my European charger. So I think I might just keep that on actually, because I think the Ferrier is European. I just find it charges things a lot quicker because it's like straight into the socket without having to go through like an adapter. I've then got a replacement USB-C to USB-C. I've got a USB normal to USB-C in my nighttime pouch in case they've got like USB sockets next to the bed in the hostel. I've also got this, which is like a European socket with 2 USB things in as well. And then I've got my Garmin charger because I've got my running watch and it's just got a charging mechanism like no other charging mechanism, so I always need to take that separately. And then I've just got it in a dry bag so that if I have a leak anywhere in my bag, my cables and adapters don't get wet. This is the plan, although I can't currently get it back in because I've changed the adapter now, so things are like slightly different shapes in here. I've not had brekkie yet, so that's also an issue. And then I've got my nighttime pouch that I alluded to. So this is a slightly different one to what I normally take just because I've got a bigger eye mask and it won't fit in the old one. So this is just a pouch that I have by my bed at hostel on a night. I have an eye mask. This is what was taking up all the space, but I have an eye mask that like wraps all the way around. This is the USB normal to USB-C that is 2 meters long, so it reaches a long way in a hostel. This is just a little pouch that if I'm on the top bunk I find really useful to like have on the bunk with me so I can put stuff in and it doesn't like fall down to the person below me. And then this little bag has just got in like my earplugs, my earphones for listening to my iPad, random necklace, why not, and some hair bubbles. And then I'll just put my jewellery in here at the end of the night so that it's like tucked away so I don't lose it. Who's messaging me? Ooh, Rihanna's officially sold her house. In this dry bag, I have my toiletry bag, which is massive. Oh, random buff. There's stuff like in all the nooks and crannies. Yeah, this, it is big, but I don't, toiletries are tricky. So in here, I'm just so used to like trying to save on liquids that some of this is still like liquid free. But in here, I have, it looks a bit manky and it's covered in hair because it's what I took to Australia, but it's remnants of my shampoo bar and remnants of the Glossier like body wash, face wash bar. And then I've got a soap saver in here so that the bars drain and they don't get too small. I've got a salt stick deodorant. I had like a little stick deodorant for taking in my day bag, which I could not find yesterday. I've also got a tiny face wash from Glossier. It's like a milky cleanser one. Standard Tangle teaser. I have a razor with a guard on so I don't like razor myself getting it out of the bag. An exfoliating glove because when I'm shaving my legs I exfoliate them beforehand. Get me. I have some Glossier face moisturiser, so there's not much of this left but it makes my face real soft. I have a comb that needs cleaning because it looks like it's got toothpaste on. My brown inhaler. This little pot is called Powdered Sunshine, which I put like in my parting so my parting doesn't burn. This is Sun Bum leave-in conditioner, even though it says piercing cleaner on it, because I had to decant it into a tiny thing at security at Sydney Airport because the bottle size was 18 mils over what you're allowed, even though there was less than 100 mils in the bottle. Anyway, that's my leave-in conditioner. I have medication for a week. I have toothpaste tablets, so you just chew these, they turn into toothpaste. It's not a liquid. I realise it doesn't matter because I'm going on about, but my electric toothbrush. I've then got my pill, cuticle oil because I've got nails, floss, like tooth flossing, and some iron tablets. And then in my like beauty side, I've got eyebrows, so it's just like wax to make it go the right way. Bobbles and grips, spare razor head, nail kit without the manicure scissors because they nabbed that off me in Singapore. Their jewellery, so like earrings, the last swab thing, and mascara. So this is like more the beauty side. So they're all the toiletries I'm taking. So I don't think it's an excessive amount of toiletries. I think toiletries just, like, their very nature is they just take up space. So like ideally I would like to maintain some personal hygiene, so I just don't know how I can take like less. Do you know what I mean? So I mentioned a pump that I'm taking with me. I actually have a day bag in the bottom of this backpack. So this is a vacuum packed PacSafe MetroSafe LS358, so this is 15 litres. And I've got it inside my backpack so that I've got a day bag when I'm there as well, because this one's a bit too big for a day bag. And this is why I need the pump to like vacuum pack it back in when I come home again. And then I have my Finding Nemo shower bag. So I got this from Vancouver and I just take it to the shower in the hostel in case there's only one hook or there's no hooks, and then my clothes don't get wet on the floor. And then in the front pocket of this bag, oh hey Perry, I will have my iPad, but I need it for teaching today, so it's in my work bag. I've got my sunglasses, my Kindle, because I need to finish Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes, which is the Hunger Games prequel, because it's my book for book club. And then I've got a biro and a Sharpie, because that's always useful to have. And then I actually have, like, I'll have a bag of food because I'm on the ferry and I didn't want to pay for the buffet food, so I'm taking my own picky tea. So I've got a cool bag. And then inside the cool bag I have a pot of hummus. I've got a couple of deliciously Ella bars and a random like protein cookie thing that I got from Blonde yesterday. And then in here I've got carrot sticks and falafel sweet potato balls. And then that Tupperware collapses. And then I also have this bruschetta for like dip as well. So yeah, that's the food that I'm taking. And then fanny pack wise, I just have the same things in my fanny pack all the time. So I've got like passport, purse, cards with little like ARFID blocking pockets. I've got my parkrun barcode with my tile tracker on. I've got some chewy mints that I had before a meeting in Sydney. What are these? Oh, paracetamol, it's useful. Little snacko, inhaler, spork. Yeah, I mean I always have the same thing in a fanny pack. I've got a hanky and also a tissue and a vomit bag. Excellent. So that's what I'm taking. I'm just going to go through the absolute nightmare of trying to get everything back in the bag now. So yeah, that's what I'm taking to Amsterdam for. I'm away for 7 nights. I'm only in Amsterdam for 5 nights, but I'm getting the ferry. There I'm back again. We'll see how this little guy goes, because that'll work well for Italy, hopefully. I'm also taking a water bottle, but I'm taking that to work, so I'm just gonna use the same one. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.